You're going to laugh at this, but the people not coming down for sentences. How they always talk like this, and then they keep going, and oh man, it never used to bother me because I used to talk like that. And now, as soon as I hear somebody up talk, I just kind of want to pull out my hair.
So just demonstrate a couple more sentences.
Just talking like this, and then just keep going because that's just how they talk. And it just sounds like a question at the end of every sentence.
Yes, very good.
You used to talk like that, though.
I know, I did.
I'm glad that you, and when did you notice you did?
I never noticed that I did. You just always reminded me that I did. And I think in college when you got on, my roommate and best friend, two different people, that's when it started bothering me when I would hear it. That, and I wanted the finger to go away.
Oh yes, because I did. Did you explain the finger?
The finger was anytime, she wouldn't interrupt us when we were talking, but she would just sit there and hold up a finger, like, okay.
And do this.
And do this.
Yes.
To indicate that we were either doing a verbal pause or that our sentences were ending high instead of low. Yes, the finger drove me crazy. So that's why I stopped.
You're a fine woman because of that.
It's true.
Because of getting the finger.
Yes.
Kate, what do you hear that drives you crazy?
There's two things. In fact, when Kristi and I were at church on Sunday, it's the usage of the same word in a speech repeatedly. I think this girl said cool about 50 times, and then the speaker said, who was interviewing her, that was really cool, wasn't it? And we're like, oh my God, he just used another adjective. He just, because he kept on hearing it from her, that he reverted in using the same word. So that's the repetition of one word in a speech drives me nuts. I'll just sit there and count, okay, how many times is he or she gonna say it? And the other thing that I find most prevalent with my friends and I is if they put themselves before a name. If there's me and Mike and I. And I find that so common.
Yes. What you said about the person overusing the word cool, one time a person came and I was in a board meeting and she presented 5 minutes and she said the word actually 20 times. I couldn't believe it. It was twice in every sentence. And then she said, do we have any questions? Everyone who asked a question, also their questions contained the word actually. And I think personally that's why the words awesome and cool are so prevalent, because we hear it and we say it and we're just used to it.
Another thing that people use a lot that I've noticed, well, thanks to hearing you and Dad hear your reactions when people would say these lines, the lines of, well, to be honest, well, I would hope you'd be honest with me from the beginning when you start your sentence. Or, instead of saying thank you or you're welcome, they'll say, no problem. And instead of thinking, well, I wasn't expecting to be a problem from the beginning, or I hope it's not a problem, so why? You don't need to say no problem.
So that's been passed down. Any other thing come to your mind, Chris?
I think, not necessarily speaking, but in writing, because I am public affairs, watching people completely butcher the theirs, there, and just simple, what I think are simple mistakes, and they're just getting worse, like your, and any of that type of stuff drives me nuts.
What else would you like to say?
I will thank you for not giving up, because I know we were not easy to try to teach when we were kids. And
kids are very hard to teach anyway.
Especially when they don't want to sit down and actually learn it. But you just,
and especially when you're at home, sorry to interrupt, and you've just been at school all day.
But I mean, like, it did stick. We don't realize half the time that it sticks until it comes out and it's like, oh wow, we were turning into mom. But, so, thank you.